Hello, everybody. It is me, Demetra K, and I hope you're having a great day. Donovan will be joining me. I think I just spoke to him. He's just getting some things set up. But in the meantime, the purpose of the Demetra K show is to promote Black love, knowledge, and understanding of all things that go on in the Black community to make us an even better people with the emphasis on even because we're great people, but we can always strive to do better. Like to say a big giant thank you, hello, and welcome to YouTube and Facebook. You are the other side of the conversation. If I share the link and your profile looks like this, please show me this before you come up here, especially if I've never seen you on here before. Just know that no one else can see you, not even Donovan when he comes up until I bring you up to the big screen. Also say in the comment section, it's not that we disagree, it's how we disagree. So let's try to be as respectful as possible. And I want to start off saying too, the topic we're going to talk about is kind of a touchy one. So I'm not talking about it from a standpoint of gloating or laughing or anything like that. I want to try to have a really mature, if you will, mature conversation about this, as I know it's touchy for some people. And I don't mean it to be, but I've seen this and other conversations like it kind of trending around TikTok, Twitter or X, whatever it is. So I decided that I would give it a conversation. So today we're going to be talking about I'm a Mexican man is fed up with Black Americans making fun of them being deported. So, of course, you guys know that Trump has gone full speed ahead with his mass deportation plan, as he said he would do when he was campaigning against that of Vice President Kamala Harris. He says, day one, when he gets in there, he's going to get the ball rolling. And his borders are, if you will, Tom Homan. He co-signed it. He's like, yeah, we're going to start in Chicago, which it sounds like they did. And it sounds like it's going on all over the place. I've also seen a lot of people talk about how quiet their neighborhoods are. I've seen videos of people saying that a lot of people didn't show up to work and, just regardless of what it is. But I also want to say this too. It's not just the Mexican community that's being deported. We've seen Haitians and, Asians and people from all over the world, right, that have come here. We have seen them be deported. So it's just not the Mexican community, but for whatever reason, this particular gentleman that we're going to talk about in a minute, he seems to think that we're, and I say we, I mean, Black Americans are laughing at just them. I have seen some of those videos of the aha, that's what you get, type of videos. I don't agree with that. I don't think it's funny because, as Farrakhan says, don't laugh, learn. So I just want to be sure that we're coming from the standpoint of really having a conversation. So after I show you all the video, the question I want to know is why is everybody mad with us? And then of course I'll get a little bit more into it. Before I give it to Donovan, let me see who's on here. Jareed, I hope I said that right. How you doing? I read your comment before it came on here. Hey, Cynthia, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. And JJ, what's going on with you? You crazy. Sister Shirley, how you doing? A different view. How you doing? Mike, nice. Hope you're doing well. Craig Williams, what's going on with you? Bobby Wright, hope you're doing well. Beverly U. White, how are you? Gregory X, he says, woo, Easy E, how are you doing? Queen Adaya, what up? And Brother Reggie, I'm glad that you have joined us. I think it's probably pretty early where you're at in Japan, but welcome nevertheless. Donovan, how are you doing today? Can you hear me, Donovan? So yeah, so he's still working on his equipment. So as soon as he comes in, we'll give him the floor. So also, Brother Reggie, you said you're still in bed. Cynthia says in a few weeks, Detroit, Michigan is next. Yeah, I've seen it, take place all over. Here in Houston, I've seen people post videos of people, I guess, being rounded up, deported, or whatever it is. So it's I say it's interesting because I have seen some videos of people, who are crying and very upset, and it is kind of upsetting to see people upset. But then there's a lot of people too who's like, y'all knew this day was coming, but see, a lot of them too thought that. Um, you ready, Donovan? Let me just jump in when you're ready. A lot of people thought that Kamala was going to win, right? He'll be back. Donovan, that Kamala was gonna win and she didn't, right? So of course, when she was campaigning, she was called to the carpet about her and Biden's mass importation, I guess you will, where they've allowed so many people to come in. They opened up the borders and said, "Hey, come on in, come get everything there is to get," right? And United States at one point in time was busting at the seams with people, right? And those people that were coming over, they were getting housing, food, money, healthcare, education, just a whole host of things, right? You good, Donovan?
Hey.
I hear you, but you. Yeah, he'll get it fixed, whatever it is. Sometimes we go through this one before we come on or whatever, but he'll get it fixed and then he'll come in. So I'm gonna stall a little bit more before I show the video so that he can see it. So anyway, let me get into the comments until he
Can you hear me?
I hear you. Hear me?
Yeah. Okay, go ahead. This thing's messed up because now my mic is off and I can't get it to work. So
well, I hear you.
No, that's the basic keyboard stuff. I'm talking about my high-end mic and stuff like that. Everything's made in China. Sorry about that, you guys. So let's get into it.
Well, guess what? They're going to be getting some tariffs tomorrow. I don't know if that'll make you feel good, but nevertheless, how you doing?
Good. Just got done installing a ceiling fan on a slanted ceiling. Again, I know everybody rather pay the money to do that, but people like myself, we're a dying breed that we could work with our hands. And again, a lot of that is because of my mother. A lot of that is because the military trained me to be a mechanic. So again, looking all cute with your little braids in your hair at 47, 48 years old, that's all cute and everything. But at the end of the day, what can you bring to the table to feed yourself, to clothe yourself, to shelter yourself? At the end of the day, men, we need to be men. And unfortunately, got 3 generations of young men being raised by women that can't do a damn thing. All right.
Hello, Thunder. How you doing? Let's see who else is on here before I put the video. Now that we can hear Donovan, booming black economy. How you doing? It says no chuckling about these. Where'd it go? No chuckling. It all skipped up. Hold on a second. Okay, no chuckling about these people's debacle. Yet I'm not, and I ain't mad at anybody having a chuckle. The majority of the non-FBA people stand by and do nothing except cozy up to white supremacy against us. Yada man, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Sunlight, how are you? Hope you're having a fabulous day. Arneva, what's going on with you? Doretha, hi. And I think I said hello. And Bakari, hello to everybody so far. And Heru, how you doing? Okay, so let's get into it. So this particular video I have seen for a couple of days, and I said, okay, let's talk about it, right? So this is a Mexican man. That's what he identifies as. He is not happy with some of the things that he has seen go on the internet, and he is specifically calling out, he says, Black people, right? That's what he says, Black people. And again, y'all, let's try to be mature as we can about this conversation. Joanne, how you doing? All right, so here we go.
A lot of videos of Black people making fun of Mexicans for what's happening right now with Mexican people. I have also seen Black people make videos talking about Mexicans. Don't come to us for help because we're not helping. First of all, Mexicans are not alone. They have Honduran people, they have Salvadorian people, they have Guatemalan people, they have Nicaraguan people, and a whole bunch of other countries that are willing to join forces with the Mexican people. Black people, what makes you think that Mexicans are going to come running to y'all for help? What for? Y'all Black people can't even help yourselves. That's wild. Mexican people are hardworking people. Mexican people stick together. They make it work. That's the total opposite of a Black person. You want to call me racist? Go right ahead. I'm just keeping it real. Like I said, Mexican people are not alone. They have all of us. What makes you think that a Mexican will say, oh, okay, well, we have the Blacks. Let's go to them. Come on now. Y'all don't even trust each other. What makes you think that a Mexican will trust you if you don't even trust your brother? Get your popcorn ready and watch how Mexicans make this work.
All right, so let me go ahead and remove him. All right, so y'all
The
heard what he
delusion,
said.
the delusion is real. I'm sorry. His delusion is real because I live in Mexico, California, and the delusion is real. Yeah, he could make it work in his country as they're deporting their asses up out of here.
Now, see, you say you're supposed to be mature. Okay, you're supposed to be mature. Okay, so anyway, woo! Just a reiteration. He basically is, upset that some black people are laughing at the plight of his people being deported. Of course, again, we've seen a copious amount of videos of that happening. Them in handcuffs or ties or whatever, and they're being put on planes and things, and they're sent home. Again, it's not just Mexicans; it's people from all over, right? Although I have not seen any Ukrainians or anybody really white. I don't know, maybe just I haven't seen it. But it's everybody. It's people from Africa, the Caribbeans, you name it, right? We most infamously saw a man from Haiti says, basically, yay, Biden and, F Trump, right? As he was being deported. They made a big old show of it and all of that. But he basically says, what makes us think they as Mexicans need black people? We don't stick together with our own selves. We can't help ourselves. And so he says, we don't trust each other as black people, right? And so what makes you think a Mexican would trust y'all? And it's like, yikes. And again, I can understand him being mad that people are laughing at it. And I don't think it's funny, but it's like, for one thing, as I said, why are people always mad at us? Because it's not. I seen a whole lot of white people laughing. I saw a lot of people laughing. It wasn't just black people or whatever the case is. But as far as sticking together, he says the Hondurans and all the other people that are Hispanic or Latino or whatever it is. It's like a lot of them voted for Trump. A lot of them voted for Trump. So you talking about not sticking together? It's like, well, y'all didn't even stick together. Was it to the tune of 45% collectively, or give or take, voted for Trump? So it's like, how is that sticking together? You would think if they voted Trump in, especially since the man was saying, I'm getting them out of here. I'm getting them out of here. They ain't want, right? You would have thought that wherever they came from, in the Latin world, they would have said, nah, we banding together. Our people, we need to stay here. But it's like, and you discounting black people, do you know? Because a lot of black people didn't show up to vote for Kamala, whether they stayed on the couch or they voted for Trump, Kermit the Frog, or whoever it was. Do you know that's partially why Kamala didn't win? So as far as discounting black power, Kamala didn't get in a large in part to the black vote. Now, had we had showed up for Kamala, like when I say we, I'm just saying in general, like we did for Biden, Kamala would have made it possible for more of his people to come on in and get all the getting. But see, those same black people that you talk greasy and sideways about are the same people who could have showed up and say, yeah, no, what, Kamala, we know you're going to allow more and more people to come in here as you thumb your nose at black Americans, but we're going to vote for you anyway, right? Because that's what they kept telling us. Take a hit for the team. Oh, when they get in there, we're going to hold them accountable, right? But black Americans said no. And so, yeah, some people are mad at black Americans for not showing up for Kamala. And I guess in a way you could say that's why the mass deportation is starting to happen. Not solely because of us, but we had something to do with it. But in a sense, we did stick together because we knew that if we voted for Kamala, that we were going to definitely be an underclass, right? Now, a lot of people laughed at Trump when he said, oh, they're coming to get the black jobs. Well, it wasn't a joke then because it was true. You know what I mean? So I get that he's mad, but you mad at the wrong people. But it's funny, though. You don't never be mad at white people. See, because y'all come over here and act like white people. Y'all talk bad about black people, do all kind of funky things to black people. And I got a story for y'all. I'm going to tell you. I ain't tell it yet, but I'm going to tell it in a little bit. But why are y'all mad at us? If we don't have no power, why are you mad? Donovan?
If my memory serves me right, the former president of LULAC said they're not the black man's problem is his problem. They don't want to ally with us. They said this back in the 1960s, and they've stood on business since then. When have you seen during the George Floyd and the Black Lives Matter thing happen? How many Mexican, Latin representatives did you see out there standing 10 toes down with the activists and all that during George Floyd? How many of them made a statement? You know, what they're mad about is the fact that we aren't putting on our cape and running to help them. That's what they're mad about. And now that they are being deported up out of here, you know, did you see how he says, well, Mexicans, we stay together? See how he was saying all of that? Well, why the hell can't you stay together in Mexico and get your shit together down there? Why are you coming here? Oh, you know, we do this and we do that. Well, show me that you can do all that in your own country. What are you coming here for? Oh, but you know, California was Mexico or whatever it was. We're not talking semantics. Regardless if it was or whatever, it's considered now the United States. You know, oh yeah, the Latins stay together, the Puerto Ricans stay together, whatever. Well, get your Puerto Rican homeboys, SA. They're American citizens. Do you think that they're going to jeopardize their situation? I don't think so. You know, it's just a joke. And again, oh, well, black people don't stick together, whatever. Okay, maybe you're right. But as a whole, we're not breaking the law either, coming over here illegally. So the minute we go over to their country and we bring our culture to their country, they have a problem with it. As a matter of fact, there was this lady I saw on YouTube last night. This is a true statement, you guys. She said that it would be impossible. And Brother Phil covered this on the African Diaspora News Channel. So if you guys do not have that app, you need to get it. It was on the African Diaspora. The Brother Phil talked about it. This woman got up there and said it would be impossible for Mexico to allow their citizens to come back because it would overwhelm them. 1 million citizens here and there, and they're like, and then if you think about what she's saying, a lot of Democrats are talking like that too. Oh, it would overwhelm Mexico, it overwhelm Guatemala and all these places when we're flying these people back using our military, flying these people back. She said it would overwhelm Mexico's economy and so on and so on and so forth. Well, damn, what do you think has been going on here? And we're taking on the world, not just Mexico. We're taking on the world's people that are coming over here. Lunacy. I'm telling you, that Democratic Kool-Aid is laced with some LSD, angel dust, fentanyl, whatever it is. And I couldn't believe this is, and again, we have a lot of black boule, educated black people that are saying these exact same talking points. It would be impossible for Mexico to take back their own citizens because it would overwhelm their economy. You can't make this stuff up.
Absolutely. Cynthia, thank you so much for the donation. Love and appreciate you. Says, unfortunately, President Donald Trump said they got to get out of here, up out of America. I mean, and the thing is, too, he was saying that and he's been saying it. So it's like, why did you wait all the way up until January 20th to say, okay, he was for real? You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. I saw a video of a Nigerian woman. She says, I'm deporting myself. And she went to the airport and showed herself on the plane. And was like, I'm out of here. I'm not going to wait for them to come get me. I'm gone.
And the thing is, everybody keeps saying, it's Donald Trump. It's Donald Trump. Yeah, Donald Trump is one person. But if you look at the statistics, 70% of the American voting public is for mass deportation. So it isn't just Donald Trump. It's the citizens of the United States.
Yeah. And again, if Kamala would have got in, it would have been worse, you know. Michelle, how you doing? Says, hello, everyone. This is not our battle. And if the shoe was on the other foot, they would not support us. They would throw us out and send us back to Africa. Yeah. And I don't even know why. I get it. It's not fun to see people being laughed at. But it's like, you really mad with us? Like I said, if we don't have no power, then why are you even addressing us at all? You know, a little chuckle. But, you know, like you said, and then I see a lot of us, too, crashing out. Oh, look what they're doing. Oh, it's like, now stop it. Now dry your tears. Because had it been the shoe been on the other foot, they wouldn't have said nothing. That's what you get. Oh, that's what you get, right? So it's like, again, I'm not saying that to them. But at what point do we say, you know what, like Donovan said, your president of LULAC and a few of them have said that we're not trying to hang out with black people. We don't have the same issues. You guys fight your own battles. So at what point do we take them at their word and say, oh, go do the voodoo that you do so well, you know, and let us get on to the business of, as he said, not trusting each other. And we can't do nothing for each other. But see, we could have did something for you. And since you got a smart mouth, guess what? 2028 ain't looking much better either. You know?
There's an old saying, go where you're wanted. Go where you're welcomed.
Yeah, you know. And then the other thing too is, nobody's saying you can't come over here, but come over here like you're supposed to, wherever you come from, whether it's Mexico, Nigeria, Haiti, well, just come over here like you. And I get it. And the other thing is sad to me is, because I don't want to be remiss in saying there aren't people who need to come over here. There are people who need to come over here. I tell y'all about a book all the time that I've read called The Tattoo Soldier by Hector Tovar, I think his name is. One of the best books I ever read. And when I read it, it's fiction, but it broke it down. And I've learned how complicit the United States government is in destabilizing other governments. And so a lot of times those people are fleeing political persecution and a whole bunch of stuff. They're like, listen, it's not safe for us to be there. So they come over here. So there does need to be a conversation of the United States government destabilizing their government and making it unsafe. However, that is not the majority of people. And Kamala and Biden didn't say, only come over here if you're going through that. And we saw people from China coming over here. They had on the nicest clothes and I was like, you don't look like you've been through nothing. You're just coming over here. You know what I mean? So I just want to make sure we have that conversation as well.
And then since you're having that conversation, let's give it the full context of what it means. If you are fleeing persecution and all this other stuff and, opportunities, mostly these Venezuelans, please explain to me how you bypass 4 and 5 countries to get to the United States, but yet your life is in danger. But yet you're fleeing economic whatever. You missed 4 or 5 states as you're coming through. So that doesn't make sense at all, because it would make sense if you said, well, I got on a plane and I flew into some airport in the United States and I want asylum. That's one thing. But you're walking through 4 and 5 different countries to get here to file for asylum. Since the essays stick together, why didn't the Guatemalans keep them? Why didn't the Costa Ricans keep them? Why didn't the Panamanians keep them? Why didn't the El Salvadorians keep them? See, I hate when people gaslight and they don't know what the F they're talking about.
Yeah, and we know why they didn't keep them, because of people country that you mentioned, they coming over here too. You know what I mean? Because it's the land of milk and honey. It's just not for black people though, for everybody else. Quick, thank you so much for the donation. Love and appreciate you. Says, I'm not laughing, but it needs to be done. The illegals undercut our employment with illegal wages. Not good for black people or even American and Latinos. Yeah, I've actually spoken to some people who says, they work for themselves and they weren't able to get a lot of the contracts that they were used to getting before Kamala came into office, because unfortunately, a lot of them come over here from wherever they come from and they are able to undercut, right? They do it for a lot cheaper. So the regular people who are American citizens who are here, they end up losing their business and their contracts and stuff, right? Easy says, black people, not his problem. He need to get some melanin before he melt in the sun. You better stop. Dorothy, how you doing? Says, Cat Williams said he got more votes than Kamala and he wasn't even running. Talking about Cat Williams. Yeah, it says people wrote his name and that is crazy. DT, how you doing? Says, Norway, I was voting for some crazy Indian woman. Wow. All right, let me skip down a little bit because I see I am terribly behind. Sebastian, how you doing? Says, not our fight. Mr. Norris, how you doing? Says, we are black Americans, not black Americans. Come on now. Don't need no man. Stop telling me I do. How you doing, Jamarcus? What's going on with you? Got to skip down, y'all. Y'all are going in. Sharice, how you doing? Said it's vulgar for these foreign immigrants to think that black civil rights movement was for them. 265 years plus sadistic torture. Yeah, but they have been benefiting the most from those civil rights laws and stuff. It hasn't been us, right? Even somebody like him get on there and be mad at us from the blueprint of our ancestors. Like, what are you mad with us for? Thunder, he says, did you see where the lady was asking if it's okay? He says, we will come over as a slogan. We will overcome over as a slogan. My vote is no. They don't have an entire culture and history, but no songs about liberation. Yeah, that's stupid. come up with your own.
Yeah, big ups to Elisa Cabrera. She covered that story and actually broke that thing out. So if you guys get a chance, check out Miss Lisa Cabrera on YouTube.
Yes. Allie, how you doing? Says, hey guys, there comes a time for us to remain silent and let God read. He says Romans 1. Does it look that God will change his mind? Well, all right then. All right, got you. Okay. Booming Black Economy. Thank you so much. Love and appreciate. He says, my cape is on for my people. FBA. Ask any of the brown people who their people are. And it won't, I think you meant be the FBA. Is that what you're trying to say? People are, it won't. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we just got to do for ourselves. We've been asked to do that, right? But we've been doing for everybody else, going to everybody else's fight. I'm, marching with you. We've seen our Congressional Black Caucus marching with everybody else and making sure everybody else is doing good. I've seen, even like I said, Brandon Johnson, he crashing out. He's the mayor of Chicago, and he crashing out, talking about the White House is raggedy and all kind of stuff. And this is not how we treat people. It's like, God, it'd be nice if you'd had the same vigor for your own people. See, what's going to happen is you're going to end up going to jail. That's what's going to happen. And I want to see it.
Yeah. And I hate, why is it that it's always just the Black politicians that indoctrinate religion into their politics, which they know how to play the game because Black people are emotional and we are all into this super religious BS that people don't really follow. And, they use that to give guilt and make people, oh, you got to do something, because it's Christian by love. As a Christian and as a Catholic, I hate how these politicians and these pastors make Jesus seem like a punk. If you read the book, Jesus was about that work. He said, obey the law of Caesar. Welcome your neighbor when they come into the country legally, not illegally. The minute you cross that border illegally and you break Caesar's law, you are going against God. That is specific in the book, what Jesus said. I don't know.
Yeah. And Easy, he says, I think he's dog whistling for violence against us. Yeah, they're violent against us as well. Go look up Los Angeles, California. In some of the Black neighborhoods, they up in there, murking our people, doing a lot. You know what I mean? But yet, it's like, again, why are you mad with us? If you look at the police force in Los Angeles or California, it's a lot of Hispanics, probably, if not at this point, predominantly Hispanics. And it's not nowadays when you see police brutality, you see it being them against us. So it's like, why are you mad with us for? And then if your people are in all, because like I said, I'm from California. I got a lot of Mexican homies. Okay. I'm from California, so I don't want to be remiss in, saying that. But for the most part, it's like some of your people are very brutal and y'all don't have nothing to say about that. And you mad because somebody laughing?
Demetri, don't forget to mention what is his name? Villanueva?
Villanueva.
Yeah, Villanueva. We had a county sheriff that backed gang culture within the police department. Unbelievable.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
They got a whole gang up in there, and this is after was it in the 90s with the 77th precinct when they got busted. Anyway, Veron, I hope I said that right. How you doing? Says it's so comical to hear Americans discussing who is not welcome in a country you yourselves stole from the indigenous people. Well, our people are indigenous here, so I don't know who you talking about. Okay, our Black people are indigenous. In fact, y'all came from us, and I don't know if you Black or not, but you remember who the mother of civilization is, and it wasn't no white woman. So all of it belongs to us. Every inch of this earth belongs to Black people because we are the original people of the earth. I just want to put you on, in case you didn't know that. Quick, she says, I discovered that none of the parties are good. Things I like and disdain and all, never Trump for me, but happy he is rousting the illegals, but he's coming against us too. His statements on the crash. Let me say this to you. I see how one could say he's coming for us, and he may be, but you know what I love about it all is, do y'all know even right now on TikTok, there is Black women who created what they call Hillman Talk from the play on Hillman University on a different world and merged TikTok. They have started a whole university. So you got all these professors, Black men and women coming together, and they're saying on this particular day and time, I'm teaching this, whether it's psychology, it's how to speak Spanish, whatever it is, right? My thing is, had Kamala won, none of that would be going on. Had Kamala won, Black people wouldn't be talking about, oh, we practicing group economics. We not shopping here. Let's go shop with Black people. We wouldn't be conscious, right? We wouldn't know that DEI is not for us. So see, white supremacy and a lot of other people who align with white supremacy, they think they're coming for Black people. But what you know what? What they're actually doing is unifying Black people. And we know damn well that was not their intent, because they have said for many years, the worst thing that can happen for America is Black unity. But inadvertently, in their racism, Black people are starting to unify. Kamala wasn't going to happen. We were going to be rocked right back to sleep. But see, Trump, and it's been said, not by me, by Farrakhan, said we're going to wake Black people up, and we are waking up. And so I thank God, because I'm not a Trump supporter necessarily at all, but I thank God that he is in office opposed to Kamala, because Black people weren't going to wake up. We're going to be stomping around, not me, because I'm not in a sorority, ski-weeing and all kind of stuff, thinking, we got a Black woman. And listen, I know she ain't Black, but I'm just saying what they going to say. Got a Black woman in office and everything's good. So good. They canceling, right. They canceling Juneteenth. But they also canceling, the Day of Tolerance for Jewish people as well, Hispanic. They're canceling it all, right? But I'm glad, because we don't need them to co-sign what we do. Do it, and furthermore, I'm like 365 days a year, not no month. And as they say, why you give us the shortest month of the year? So I'm glad they're getting rid of it all. So now you can teach your own at home. But again, if you on TikTok, go check out Hillman Talk University. It is so dope, and I am so proud of our people for saying, you know what? If they're getting rid of these Black studies and this, that, and the other in schools, well, we're going to teach ourselves. But you know what? We should have been doing that anyway.
Absolutely, Dimitri. And real quick, dealing with, what they're doing, cutting all these programs. How long, and I'm not shaming anybody who is on the social safety net. Every country should have that. But if you've been on that social safety net for 15 years, come on, y'all. Why did you not prepare? You cannot live off a government forever. So, we got to take responsibility for what we do. The government is not the solution to our problems. We're the solution to our problems. And it's going to be real painful for those people out there that were not prepared to see all of this, right? We're here now, today. Now you got to face reality. Whatever comes, comes. But guess what? We talk about community. So let's just say, hypothetically, you're that dude that's been on food stamps for the last 12 years. We ain't going to let you starve. Big Mama still got an extra plate you could come and get. I remember when I was a kid, seeing people just, giving out plates and whatever, somebody in the community that was down on their luck. That's still going to happen. We are now forced to do for self. And I'm glad.
Yeah, and it's only going to get better. Imagine what we're going to do as Black people, Black Americans, in 4 years. It's going to be great. It's going to, as Trump said, it's going to be fantastic. Hey, Raven, how you doing? It says we built this country from I can't see in the morning to can't see at night at the end of a whip. Come on now. It says everybody else are Johnny come latelys. We owe no other race some damn loyalty. I totally agree with you. Hey, King Shaw, how you doing? It says make sure y'all press the like button. Thank you. And Philip, it says white on white crime. You crazy.
Allie Davis, real quick. Allie Davis says you guys make sure you get your White House press pass. Yeah, I'm pushing Dimitri to go in there, and I want her to be in there. Let them have
it. Yeah, he already in there acting up in some of those press conferences. More threats. How you doing? Thank you so much for the donation. Love and appreciate you. He says he should just say he mad we're not caping rather. He says also, why are they always singling out Blacks? Whites have clowned them more than anything. It was his own people that voted for Trump and they want him gone. Yeah, I saw a white lady lose her doggone job for gloating online, talking about good. I'm glad. And so they found who she was, and then she's gonna have a job now, but it's like, why are you mad with us? Hey, Dwayne, how you doing? Says it's bad when your own country doesn't want you. Yeah, it's easy. He says, don't forget what Biden said, by 2040, whites will be a minority and Hispanics will be the majority. Yep, and he was doing his damnedest to make it a thing, right? Five Rings. Did I say hello to you? How you doing? It says there is not a black and brown coalition, never was and never will be. No, I totally agree with you. Dwayne, how you doing? It says FBA B1 Brigade. And Double A says eventually they will be the majority. Yeah, and they're planning to do that for sure. Moving back economy says white supremacists have worked out their rule the world agenda very well, and now we have an awareness by some of us that don't want to further that agenda. Come on now. Angela, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. I'm gonna skip down because I am very behind. Y'all must accept my apologies. I want to acknowledge that everybody haven't seen so far. K-Mac, how you doing? From Chicago. Carrie, how you doing? Says if you were gonna give me the best food, clothes, shelter, and automobile for free, I would come too. That's what I said. What the hell, DT, thank you so much. He says when I started solar construction, it was 95% black and white men. The Latinos have completely taken over those jobs. Yeah, and I've seen a lot of people post videos of some of those construction sites, especially when they were building homes and stuff. Nobody, just like a ghost town, right? After Trump took office. And the Bakari says the disrespect is the reason they are going back. They hate us, but really want to be us. Yeah, and it's like you would think you'd be nicer to people who predominantly vote for the party that wanted you to be over here, But since you guys are nice to us, it's like, well, we give us more reason to go do for self.
Yeah, you know what's crazy to me when you see these people in the United States, and we travel a lot, and you go overseas. They talk about how great their culture is, but when you go overseas and you see these people in their countries, even here in the United States, what are they doing? I don't see no sombreros being worn. I don't see no native, costumes being worn. You know what they're trying to do? Especially, I can only speak on the men. They're sagging their, not that that's our culture, but they're trying to live hip hop. They're trying to live hip hop. It's very rare that I see the old essays are living the old custom lowrider lifestyle. I get that. But most of these people are trying to dress like black folks and doing our culture. And then when you go down there, you see the exact same thing you see here. But see, they don't want to talk about that. If you're going to talk about y'all stick together and y'all cultures, all this, all that, why aren't you wearing your sombreros? Why aren't you wearing your native outfits? Demetra, when we were in Japan, we didn't see a lot of people in their native costumes, but we saw a few people in their Japanese kimonos and stuff walking the streets. We saw a few, but we're in their country.
Absolutely. It says Brandon Johnson was born in Elgin, Illinois. So I don't know where his parents are from, but he's born in pretty much Chicago, right? More threats. Thank you once again. Says also, if we're not needed, then don't use the 14th Amendment, something we fought together for. You didn't want to stay home. Also, we stuck together when it came to not voting. Come on now, Kamala Harris, to keep your cousins home. Yeah, but again, we have no power. We don't stick together. But, like I said, if we would have voted for Kamala, that would have been thanks to us that your homies would have been planting more roots or whatever the case is. So, I don't know.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, real quick, the funny thing is I've been hearing a lot of people email me and text me, Demetra, talking about we're the reason why Kamala is not in office, the new black media. And I say, thank you.
What now?
Yeah, they say we're the reason why she's not in office with the new black media. And I said, thank you.
And then our job worked, Hey, Lamel, how you doing? Says black people ain't thinking about them folks. Yeah, we really not. But for some reason, people throw us in the mix. Shawnee, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Who else is on here? Candy, what is going on with you? I didn't realize how far behind I am. You guys must forgive me. Camila, he says we as black people are stronger together and stronger than any other godchildren for sure. Yep, facts, not feelings. Now I know I did see your name and I forgot to acknowledge you, and forgive me. But how you doing? It says black people stay on code, black first. Our job is to protect ourselves first. Let the white Latinos and the white English Anglos in USA work it out. Whites always fight wars against themselves. I totally agree with you. Yeah. And again, a lot of, not even just people from Mexico, but people from all over, they come over and they align themselves with white supremacy against us. And it's like, for what? But then, when something happens to one of them, well, where's the black community? It's like, minding our business. Do you need something? What can we not help you with? Because, see, you thumb your nose at us all the time, but when it comes down to some gangster stuff, Then you want to call the true gangsters, the gangsters of surviving white supremacy. But any other time, y'all laughing at us, y'all lazy, y'all this, y'all that. They call us the usual suspects. The 13% is added again, and all that other stuff. But it's like, especially for a lot in the Hispanic community, y'all really love some of the stuff we do. I'm from California. Like I said, I guess, but y'all be all up in our music and everything else. You know what I mean? But y'all hate us so much, and I'm trying to figure out why. Again, y'all act like them folks, but then when you need us, it's like, well, y'all laughing at. Pick a struggle. Like, honestly. Quitchy says, Demetri, Donovan, any ideas on how we can start Black development without much money or capital? I have a feeling them folks are determined to, not to help us, but to keep us down. How do we get that mindset? We get it now. We are getting it, whether we realize it or not. See, it had to happen. And I think a lot of people don't understand that. Another thing is you got educated that DEI was not for us. So when Trump sat up there, and it turns out it was a white man that was flying that plane, I just want to put that out there. When he was making that statement about the crash, unfortunately, RIP to those people, it's because of the DEI hires. It's like, it sounded like there was a white man at the helm. But okay, if it was because of DEI hires, might you be blaming white women? Because they benefit the most from it. So what do that don't have nothing to do with nobody else. But we're getting an education, and we're starting to get the mindset, whether we know it or not. So I'm glad for it. King Shaw says, I bet Roland watching this video about now, mad and fire. I hope you don't get too mad. It's not good for you. Shawnee says, get your popcorn ready. Really crazy. I ain't going. Ray the King, how you doing? Says, wait, so he mad at FBAs for closing them online, but he not mad at his oppressor that's actually deporting him? Yeah. Black Americans always get the brunt of the blame. It's like, you just in one hand said we don't have no power, but you mad at us?
But let's play the devil's advocate, though. For the last 60 years, we've been the advocate and the spokesman and the protector of everybody else. We opened the door. Yes, bring them in, because we were under the impression that more Caribbeans come in, we're going to ally together. More Africans come in, they're going to ally together. And we found that was not true. And then when the civil rights leaders were being killed off, the people that were left, hey, we got inclusion. That's what we wanted. So now I'm going to go get my hose. I'm going to go get my Cadillac. I'm going to go get my weed. I'm going to go get that. The revolution was over. And that's all we wanted. And then when these people come here, we have to understand these people are coming from colonial mindset. They have a colonial mindset. Doesn't matter if they're French, German, British. They have a colonial mindset to where white is good. How many of you guys know, and I got this from the African Diaspora News Channel, Cyril Ramaphosa, the president of South Africa, just signed a land redistribution bill 35 years after apartheid ended that has no teeth. It's all symbolism. So 70% of the Black folks that are in there still have no land. Demetri and I were there. We witnessed it ourselves. And in the white areas, oh, it's plush buttermilk waterfalls are falling down and all this other stuff. It was so stark, the reality of the have and the have-nots. But this is what we are dealing with. And I got that recently from the African Diaspora News Channel. You guys need to download that app. Seriously.
Absolutely. A booming Black economy. Thank you so much. Love and appreciate you. He says, so FBA don't stick together. Okay, explain. Come on now. Black Wall Street or the move. Yep. Family in 1985. Philadelphia or Rosewood in Florida in Oscarville, Georgia, under a lake. Yep. Lake Lanier, right? Yeah, all of that. But we know the truth. I get it. He's mad. People are laughing. And again, I'm not saying it's necessarily funny. People should be laughing or whatever the case is, but your anger is misdirected. You mad at the wrong people. Like y'all said, be mad at the man that's actually saying them and them and them. They got, be mad at them. We're minding our business. Praying for Alicia. How you doing? It says we need to be self-sufficient. Yep. And we're on the way. We're on the way. I love my ad block. How you doing? It says to the illegals. Bye, Felicia. You crazy. Juggernaut, how you doing? Says we were treated as a second-class citizens, still are, right? These folks dumped on us until deportation time. So I missed the part where that's my problem. He says Peter Parker. Yeah. Raw, how you doing? Says Demetra is in the White House. Shoot, they kick me out real quick. They be like, she gotta go. Sissa Breezy, how you doing? Says FBA owes no group loyalty but our own. Totally agree. But again, they always want us to come, and show up to the party. And my thing is this. Y'all got, and I'm saying this loosely, right? Our Black Caucus. Our Black Caucus has done more for them than they've ever done for us. I'm serious. Like, you hear them ranting and raving about how wrong it is that they're deporting people is inhumane. It's like, where is all this vigor when they are inhumane to your people? It's baffling. So I don't know what he's talking about. Our Black Caucus has made life really good for them. The Black Caucus in Washington, the legislative Black Caucus in California, they voted for everything they needed. And I don't know if that man will ever see this, but I don't know if he knows. But our Black Caucus in California voted against us. They said, no, matter of fact, we're not even going to take no reparations bills to the floor. We'll get to it when we get to it. But them getting $150,000 home loan, yeah, we're for that. It got vetoed. But, $2.6 billion for health care for them. Oh, yes, we're for that. Us, nothing. So maybe that'll help them feel better. I don't know.
And real quick, for those of you guys that don't know, after the study and everything was done in California, that reparations bill, that would have given every FBA, because it has to be lineage based, person $1.2 million. So it already went through financing and everything. So it was feasible to do. It was already ready to go. The package was ready to go. $1.2 million. And them Negroes did not even bring it to the floor for a vote.
Yeah, but they brought everybody else's stuff to the floor, and I'm reading guys' comments. I just, for the sake of time, I'm trying to get everybody I haven't seen. Giovanni, I hope I said that right. How you doing? It says Black people were round up in Africa and brought here as slaves. Now we are siding with some people against Latinos. How does that make sense? Let me put this. Black people were round up in Africa and brought here as slaves. Now we are siding with some people against Latinos. How does it make sense? Well, first of all, we are not siding against anybody. See, that's the thing. And I think it needs to be proper context. Okay, maybe there's some people who are doing it, but for the most part, I think people think because we are not all in, and Black people, we used to be all in for everybody, right? But because we're not all in, somehow people think we're against. What we are actually starting to do now is be more for us, like everybody else is. Case in point, if I as a Black woman was to go into a Mexican grocery store and say, hey, I need a job. I see you have we're not hiring sign outside. Can I get an application? Oh, no, we're not hiring. We're not hiring. But if you go into a Black store, you'll often see everybody in there. So the point that I'm making is they side against us all, and I'm not mad because that's what you're supposed to do, right? You're supposed to take care of your own people first. I'm not mad at that, but don't get mad with Black people when we say it's not that we're against you, we're just more for us. See, when we get to be for us, then people get in their feelings, right? And as far as, being rounded up, yes, some of us, like my ancestors, were rounded up and brought here, but there are also Black people who are indigenous to America, in case you didn't know that. I'm just putting that out there.
Although I guess the word Brother Phil would use is delineation. When we, it's okay for them to delineate. Think about it. And they do delineate within themselves. I'm Mexican. I'm Mexican American. I'm Hispanic American, or I'm Puerto Rican. I'm Dominican. That's called delineation. So when we delineate, it's a problem. So you got the Africans. Oh, I'm from Nigeria. I'm from whatever. But you're all African. But you're different. You're all different. So when we say, you know what, I'm African, I'm of African descent, and I'm a Black man in America, now it's a problem because I want to delineate like everybody else does.
Yeah, it says he was born in Illinois, but maybe his people are from Haiti. So that I didn't see where his people were from, but okay. Easy says the bottom line is they fear our progress. Our reparation talk have now injected Hispanics into saying they want reparations. Yes, I've seen that. And again, since he's mad, when we were trying to get reparations in California, they were laughing at us. They don't want it. That's our tax money. Why should we be having it? They don't deserve it. They all in. They was doing all that, but it's like now your people getting on those big old airplanes up out of here. You mad with us, but you wasn't mad when you was greasy in the mouth about our reparations, though.
How many of you guys know this is true? There is a Hispanic and Asian coalition to stop Black people from getting reparations. That is a true thing that is going on.
Yeah, they think it's thieves together trying to stop us from getting it. But, like what he really wants to do, King David the One, how you doing? He says, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, we must rise up and do something for ourselves before we are forced to do it. Either way, it's going to get done. And here we are. We are at the forced point of the conversation, right? I know for a lot of people, it's uncomfortable. Oh, my God, they're taking away Juneteenth. It's like we was already celebrating it before Biden and Kamala came with that symbolism. So you only had it for 4 years at a federal level. You know what I mean? So continue to celebrate it. You don't need their permission to do that, do you? Brother Reggie says, Brandon talking, he said about the White House, and they just called his ass to the front of the congressional congregation. Yeah, he's supposed to be showing up there, February 11th to explain himself. And his office says they don't know if they're going to go. It's like, oh, you'll go?
You want that money, you will go.
You don't want to go to jail, right? Robert says Kamala's a joke. That's not funny, you crazy. Bobby says if Kamala would have won, the Mexicans would have took the credit. Yeah, Brother Don, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Who else is on here? Yashin, how you doing? Dorita says, so you're talking to Bernard and Eunice. She says they have a lot of division in their community, the Hispanic community. Yeah, but all of a sudden they getting together when it comes against us, right? We gonna band together when it's against us. And I saw somebody else. I mentioned Selena Gomez. She's worth about $1 billion, and she's crying, talking about her people. Is like, and Brother Phil said it. We didn't know those was your people all like that until now. Where was you at? When you heard Trump saying, if I get in, y'all gone. Where was you at then, ma'am? So a lot of these people just, it's performative at best,
And I want to add this, you guys. If you like Trump or if you hate Trump, it doesn't matter. Look at what he's doing when he first gets in there. Think about all the promises Joe Biden made to the American people, not just Black people, to the American people. Did he fulfill any of that? All the promises to the Black people, he didn't do one thing. But regardless of if Donald Trump, some of these things pass or not as they go through the Supreme Court, he is 10 toes down doing what he said he's going to do. And people respect that. Democrats don't do that. They get in office, then they make excuses. That's the difference. That is the difference. People want to see you in there doing what you said you're going to do. All this gas, when you get me in there, I'm going to get in there. Then you get in there. Then you do absolutely nothing. Then 2-4 years, depending on what office you're in, you're coming asking for us to vote for you. But you have nothing to show. So like I said, and Donald Trump is a lame duck president. He can't run again. So do you think he has to keep any of these promises to the people that he made promises to? He doesn't. But he's standing 10 toes down, and that's the difference. We don't hold our officials accountable for what they do, but the Republicans do. The Democrats, we got nothing but excuses. Nothing but excuses for when they don't deliver.
And I just looked, so the pilot wasn't trans. So the person that they were blaming for that came forward as like, yo, I'm still alive. It wasn't me. So they're saying that wasn't the case. So I just want to kind of.
And I'm going to tell you guys this from my experience with that crash. The onus of that crash is not on the CRJ. They were cleared to land, whatever the deal is. So I'm going to tell you as a pilot, when you get your clear to land, that means the runway is clear, whatever the deal is. You're starting to transition the plane to land and stuff. So you're concentrating on other things. Yes, you should still kind of look out, but the path is supposed to be clear. I'm going to tell you when that report comes out, based on my experience, you're going to find out it's human error on the helicopter pilot. And from what I heard, they only had one crew chief in the back. you need at least two, especially if it's night operation, so you can see this side and you can see that side. But we're going to see. But I can almost guarantee pilot error on the part of the helicopter.
Yeah, it's crazy, and just to see the crash, it was like, what's going on? You didn't see it's crazy. A lot of people died, and it's really sad. Ray the King says, subject to jurisdiction thereof can be interpreted by the Supreme Court to exclude illegal aliens, point blank, period. I guess it remains to be seen because the birthright citizenship thing is, guess now at the Supreme Court. So they got to make a decision on it. Oh, I'm so behind. Okay, I'm going to go to the bottom. Nikki O, how you doing? Said, it's not our responsibility to be compassionate to them. They need to uproot the anti-blackness from their community. Yeah, and they talk about it. I see a lot of people from their community talk about the anti-blackness in their community. Tracy says, aren't most of the caucus basically not from here? Yeah, a lot of them are. Daughter of the Most High, how you doing? Says, if Black people pull away from this system in masses, America will fall quicker. We don't need them if we come together. Yep, and we're starting to come together. We're starting to see a lot of us come together. And like I said, it's a beautiful thing. So there's nothing to be afraid of. Bobby says, Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton always talked about the Black and Brown coalition. Yeah, but because they was getting some green in their pockets. Curly Girl, how you doing? Says some of the CBC are illegals too. Damn. Corey Smith, how you doing? Alonzo, how you doing? Long time no see. Says finally caught the family doing what we do. Hello, everyone. I saw Lisa Cabrera say today that a Mexican woman was asking if it was all right for them to use "We Shall Overcome." Y'all, my thing is y'all use everything else, So you use everything else. At least she asked, right? And then try to pretend like it was theirs. I don't have, what? I don't care more so about the song. What I care about is the meaning. Let's overcome already. Easy says, we are all not brought here as slaves. That is very true. Did Christ really come already? How you doing? Says, I've noticed over time that once you get in, that pro-Black be out the window. Yep. Skipping on down. Nikki O, thank you so much for your donation. He said it's not our responsibility to be compassionate to them. He says they need to uproot the anti-Blackness from their community. Don't ask us, Mayates and Kukulos. Yeah, I've heard that a lot. Mayate, if you know, you know. Especially if you're from California, if you know, you know. Okay. Yeah, but they call us all kind of stuff. I remember when I heard somebody say negro, I was like, what? And that's like, no, that's the color, like crayons. Like, oh, okay. I'm just playing. Gregory X says Hispanics and immigrants have two caucuses that represent them, theirs and ours. You ain't lying. Sunlight says answer is because Latinos don't side with us, period. They don't, but it's like, and then y'all get mad when we just like, oh, you need us to do something? Oh, but again, it's not just them. It's a lot of people from the motherland of Jamaica. We've seen that. What was that? The brother from Nigeria when he was with that white woman, and she yanked him up a couple of times, and yeah, and then his family was like, "Where is the Black community?" And then they dug off in his old tweets, and they was like, "Get y'all people to do it," because he said he had a whole lot of spicy stuff to say about Black women. So get her. Where are people at? Why are you asking us? So yeah, it's funny until it's not. Pro Styles, how you doing? Says, we Alvarez, are you not FBA? So you talking to somebody else. And Ray, how you doing? Says, yesterday, me no Black. Today, me Black, me Negro. You crazy. Maccabi, how you doing? Says, shalom to all the Hebrews. All right. Got to skip down, y'all. Alonzo says, want to use our spiritual song, Born Out of Hardship, for their deportation demonstration. 60 million and they don't create ish. Piss me off. Hey, Stephen, how you doing? Tell your wife we say hello. He says, remember the Mexican who yelled no money for you Black people? Yeah, he did it in Chicago at their city hall. Said no Black people money for y'all because y'all lazy. I wonder if he's still here. Thank you so much, Booming Black Economy. It says all these all these brown white people ask these brown white people how their government and themselves treat the Black people where they come from. Miss me with all that. Yeah, it's not nice. I mean, hell, y'all know my story. I was in the DR and they tried to snatch me and my daughter up because they thought we were Haitian. When I say snatch up, they put their hands on us and was going to throw us into the back of the deportation bus until a lady ran across the street and said, they're Americans. Leave them alone.
And I would have gotten away with it had it been for that Dominican woman.
Hey, my daddy is 80 years old, but he would have tapped into his Liam Neeson. And I said, Daddy, we've been taken. Don't you worry, I'm on my way.
I'm trying to get her off the air. I'm trying to do it any way I can do it.
Fact, I feel it says Hispanics can get reparations from Spain and Portugal. Yes, indeed. DT crazy. He says greasy in the mouth. He says, go ahead and steal that. Greasy in the mouth. Woo, I'm behind. Okay, for real. Caprice, she says, how you doing? My thing is they represent their heritage and nationality with pride. So why aren't they happy to go back? You know what? You ask a good question. Daniel says, just call him Brandon Flores at this point. Yeah, he tripping. A freed mind. How you doing? Says Demetri, we have everything on our side. We have the blueprint to survive without these people. We have our youth to bring this into fruition only if we stay focused on our own sovereignty. I totally agree with you. MC Fact, how you doing? It says, where can one find the information on Asian and Hispanic against reparations? Well, they don't have a technical coalition, but they do, they share the same ideology. We don't think they should have it. Our ancestors didn't have them in slavery. It's like, your ancestors are in Asia.
See, which is stupid, because if you're a citizen of the United States, I don't give a damn where you come from. Once you become a citizen here, you're not exempt from the sins of the country. You have to enjoy the good and the bad that comes with this country. So your tax dollars, yes, you as an American citizen need to pay reparations. Because if that was the same case, why do we have to pay for Ukrainians? I had nothing to do with what's going on, in Ukraine. Why do I got to pay for the Jews? I had nothing to do with the Asians being interned during World War II. Why do we got to pay for them? Do you see the lunacy of how people think? You can't go into a country and exempt yourself from the sins of the country or the debt that is owed by that country.
Yeah. And Cynthia, the Black Mexicans, they get treated badly over there. They get treated horrible. And they talk about it all the time, and even here, they got the colorism thing going on in their community as well. Yeah, somebody said, where was Selena Gomez when Obama was deporting him? Because he was the deporter in chief, right? Valerie says most of Obama deportation was on paper only because most were given a seat to the front for citizenship and most didn't do it. So deportation now, okay. All right, going all the way to the bottom because I am very behind and y'all must forgive me. I feel bad. Muhammad, how you doing? Says the helicopter pilot mistook one plane for another. There were two planes coming in. Okay, so there's more information coming out. Sad. Mwendo, how you doing? Long time no see. You says, nah. Says I'm on some Gen X energy. For real. They can take their salty tears and that mudda crazy bullish. They talking to keep it pushing right over there. You wow. I got you though. I got you. Mr. Chris, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Artificial intelligence, how you doing? Says, so happy I found your channel. New sub. Thank you. Ray, how you doing? Says, what are they overcoming? That is a damn good question. And what are we overcoming that you can't overcome where you come from?
They're trying to overcome the legal system of the United States. That's what they're trying to overcome.
You overcome it by becoming a citizen. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Khalil says it was his whole family talking crazy about us. Okay. And Marjorie, how you doing? Long time no see. Miss Kwame, how you doing? Says yesterday at the doctor's office, the Hispanics were mad, rather dogging me. It says dogging you, dogging me. A couple of them blurted out, "You scratch my back, I scratch yours. I was just trying to get a checkup." Oh, damn. Mr. Chris, thank you. He says when the legals go low, FBA like me go lower. That sucks to be them. It's fantastic to be FBA. Wow. Tell us how you feel.
Did you guys hear about the, I guess they're Ukrainian women in Chicago or Illinois that they're paying brothers like $15,000 to get a quick marriage or something like that? How many of you guys have heard that?
I haven't heard that.
I saw that and I was like, what? $15,000? That ain't $15,000. That ain't, brothers. $15,000, that ain't enough to put yourself in a position where you could lose half your assets, because she got Americanized. It ain't worth it.
Oh, some of them already went to City Hall, okay? They already done jumped over the broom. Payroll, how you doing? It's too late. All right, so let's see here. Tavares, I hope I said that right. How you doing? It says Mexican flags. All right, I'm not mad at it. By the time 103, thank you. I'm about to actually wash it. I just took it out. It's time for me to wash it. So yeah, but thank you. Who else is on here? Okay, so you waving Mexican flags? Is that what you're saying? Or they're waving Mexican flags in the U.S.? Is that what you're saying? I don't guess.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
Yeah. Well, you know how you come here in California and they got the Mexican flags running and all their home
Yeah, I'm
flags.
saying, but I don't know if he's saying that they should do it or he's just saying that they do it.
Oh, yeah. They're doing, which is fine. If you want to do that, this is America. You can do what you want to do. Now, why don't we do that in their country, Demetra?
Because we know better.
No. Well, number one, it's disrespectful, and number two, you make yourself a target. To be wrong.
Jamal, how you doing? Said they accuse us black folks of preventing them from getting jobs at the post office in LA. Little did they know that they had to pass a test. Like, we ain't got no power. We don't. Iconic, how you doing? Says, yeah, the UK is doing mass deportation. Yeah, I mean, and while they at it, they need to mass deport their asses out of Africa. Jason, he says, remember the LA counties? Yeah, city council president. Yuri Martinez, I think her name was Zuri Martinez, something like that. It says, we're Mexicans. Yeah, Nuri Martinez being racist toward all black children. She got caught on a hot mic and they ain't on the dais no more.
And she lost her home and all kinds of stuff happened because that's a high-paying salary job. And she just got, I don't know if she's picking tomatoes in Orange County near the old El Toro Marine Corps base, but she lost her home.
Well, I mean, it's what happens when you're greasy in the mouth about black people. Muhammad says, I stayed in Mexico. They treat the Guatemalans and others like trash. Yeah, I've heard. Jesse, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. All right, I think I'm getting to the bottom. Mexico, how you doing? Says, hi, I'm on the road and I don't know if I could say this, but F them to those who are against FBA. They do it to us, and it's just mutual at this point, right? Cynthia says, Donovan, sir, you are absolutely correct. Why must we reap their repercussions and pay for their reparations with our tax dollars? Yeah, we shouldn't. Star Child, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Sarah, how you doing? Says, Trump isn't going for that, okay? And I'm so behind, I don't even know what that means. You must forgive me. Yolanda, he says, those women are going to break off their preparation bag and marry the other color. Yeah, once they get up over here, good, right? Thunder says, Demetra, Donovan, whoa, slow down. Have you guys ever tried Ukrainian food? Okay, calm down. Just joking.
Seasonless food. White is white. See, if you thought Britain and Western Europe white food was bad, man, those Russians and stuff, they just believe in eating rocks.
I've never tried it, I don't think. Hey, Mr. South Carolina, how you doing? He says, Miss Kwame, they are in Puerto Rico rounding up Dominicans. So they wow. Yeah, I thought the DR was so nice. They don't want the Haitians over there. They kicking them out and arresting them and stuff. Why don't you want to be over there? But I did learn that there's a lot of Dominicans that's coming over here and they ain't supposed to be.
But for those of you guys that don't know, the Dominican Republic is building a wall to separate them from Haiti. They are literally building that wall, and I think it'll be finished in a couple of months.
Yeah. Hey, Rodney. No, we didn't talk about Tiffany Henry. I don't even know how to talk about Tiffany Henry. Is she a mess?
Black women leadership. But she going to get that pardon. Wait, did she get a pardon from Biden? Oh, no. All the black people that crashed out for the Democratic Party, Biden didn't do a damn thing to protect them. But, no, he's changed over 50 years. A leopard does not change their spot. A racist is a racist.
Yeah, no, he didn't. Yeah, Tiffany Henry, she's Tiffany Henry, boy. If they elect that lady back in the office, they deserve everything they get. I mean, everything times 20. Everything that she does to them, that I would not feel sorry for them at all. She needs to go. Valerie says, FBA watch a deportation show. We got 4 years of this. Yeah, not only that, but we really need to be building, right? Let's get it together. Like I said, there's a bunch of black women on TikTok and black men too. They're part of Hillman Talk University, where they're teaching all kind of classes. Black people decided to start a HBCU on TikTok. I think it is the dopest thing that I've heard in a very long time. I'm gonna sign up for some of them classes too. You can believe that. and booming black economy. Thank you once again. So generous. She says, "Why flee to America when I know, right? Then wave a foreign flag about how proud they are to be from there." I never understood that. Never. It's almost like you were like we're gonna shove it in your face. It's like just come on in and sit down. No, if somebody was to go in your country and do that, they probably wouldn't do it long. There's places where you would be doing some serious jail time behind being disrespectful. But you gotta, can't really blame them much. The Democrats allowed them to come on over and do stuff like that. Alonzo, thank you, says Donovan, tell me when they have their protest day. Y'all crazy. Woo! I've seen a lot of people say ice baby. Is like, wow, I stay out of it. Raven says, assembly Hispanic woman Kate Sanchez out of Orange County grouped with Asians against Black reparations. Yes, that's where so it's not necessarily a coalition, but they are definitely together. Because she says, what about the Asians or something like that, right? The Asians don't want it either. The Asians are, they're high in population or something she was saying. I remember now, yeah. So they're letting us know we're going to group together against the Black people. But see, if we weren't, strong and mighty, nobody be trying to group against us. They wouldn't even be messing with us, but everybody want to dog pile us. That's like, good luck. Y'all may be Goliath, but guess who we are?
See, but the good thing is we are finding out across the nation, we all have the same problems. And of these conversations that we have, this is what's turning the tide, because now we are starting to group together, even though we haven't physically been near each other and stuff like that. We are realizing that we are in the same predicament all across this nation, and we have to unite.
Yeah. Mr. Chris, thank you once again. He says, Roland Martin said Trump is driving. I saw that. Somebody put the clip up on Twitter or something. Says Trump is driving a wedge between FBA and the Democrats' shields. Look out for Roland spewing that rhetoric. Ain't nobody listening to him. Just throw him some grandma cookies and he'll be quiet for a while. You know what I mean? It's like, Roland don't really know what he want to do, and he just needs to admit he's stupid. He don't have the juice he thought he had, right? He got some juice, but it ain't the juice he thinks he has.
As long as there's a civil rights generation, he'll have an audience.
Right. I was gonna say something, but I'm not because I get in trouble. Thank you for becoming a member, Quicks. Thank you. I was gonna say they not gonna be here for long. But then that would have been mean. Well, I'm not.
Upper room. What you talking about? We're the upper room. We next, nigga. We not the upper room. We going to the upper room.
I'll just say it. They getting up there in age. Easy says Dalton will become Hispanic if they don't clean up her mess. I don't think so. I think Brandon Johnson, because they're not too far from there. I think we're gonna see a perp walk from him pretty soon, right? So they might be all right as far as that's concerned. Thunder says, question, is it me? Or does it feel nice that the authorities are not focusing on us for a change? I just might take advantage of the breathing room and do something constructive. Yeah, I agree. They're focused on us by thinking the DEI stuff is hurting us, but it's not. It can't hurt us if it never benefited us, right? But I get where you're going with that one. Quick says, just discovered I had to use a laptop instead of, I skipped up. Instead of my iPad to join your channel to support you. Just did that. Thank you. I appreciate you. I really do. Daryl says, a little off topic, but Donovan, what can you tell me about Latigo Canyon Road in Malibu?
Not much. I'm out in the Inland Empire. Look, I know Los Angeles it's changed dramatically. They've upgraded a lot of stuff, all these stadiums in the Black communities and, gentrifying everybody else out. I live out in the desert and I pretty much stay out here. I only go to LA when I absolutely have to because it's expensive. I don't want to deal with the traffic. Dimitri will tell you, you could pick up somebody from LAX and drive them back out to the Inland Empire. It could take you 4 hours and you're talking only 65 miles.
And that's why I fly into Ontario from now on. Okay. There's a lot of people who listen to Roland, that, like Donovan said, that's civil rights generation and some that are a little bit younger. But like I said, it's a matter of time. Time is not on Roland's side with them. It's just a circle of life. Not that nothing's going to happen to them prematurely. I hope not. But, In time, we'll see. Alonzo says, just thinking, 1964, the Hispanic population was 3%, the Asians was 1%, and we had 10%. Today, Hispanics 19%, the Asians 6%, and we have 14. Then folks can count too. Yep. So they're like, we're the majority. If we band together, we are the majority, and they know that, right? Anonymous B, how you doing? Said it was like a train hitting a car, and people want to blame the train. Come on now. Khalil says, what happened to all the black on black crime? Exactly. Raven says, Demetria, what is the name of the HBCU on TikTok? I want to post it on my page. It's called Hillman Talk. So like Hillman from a different world. I think that's where they want. Yeah, Hillman. So Hillman Talk. If you put in the search engine, you'll find a whole lot of stuff. I mean, they got curriculum. They got a whole curriculum. So, and they're putting like everything together. They're going to start selling merch, T-shirts and stuff. It's like a whole HBCU on TikTok. Well, any class you can think of, you could take. They baking. They're teaching emotional intelligence, a whole host of stuff, different languages, math. I might need to get in the math class, and then I'll probably get right out. Robert, he says, how you doing? Says they will never stop thinking of us one way or another. That's okay. You know, as long as they leave us alone, we are all right with that. And Class Media, how you doing? Class Media says the U.S. Colonized Puerto Rico, and they prohibited us from waving our flag. Many of us don't have to or want to be a part of racist USA and a settler white supremacy colonial policies. We came to work. Yeah, I don't have a problem with you coming to work. But what we have a problem is that you coming to work and then, you know, trying to dog black people out. And it's not, and I don't know, I guess maybe you're from Puerto Rico, but it's not just, Puerto Rico is the United States, essentially. But it's not just Latinos, it's people from all over. They think that it's okay to dump on black Americans. It's like, for what? Y'all dump on us, but a lot of people want to be us, whether it's how we speak, how we dance, how our hair, yeah, just the things that we've done. Is like, y'all don't hate us too much, though. You know what I mean? So we don't care if you come over and work, but don't come over here and try to shove us out the way, because listen, our people have weathered a whole lot of stuff, and we ain't going nowhere. We're not. Respectfully, in Chicago News, he says, ice them songs, Lakeside Ray, what? And let's see, Lance, how you doing? Says Latin America tried to eliminate black people and failed. Everybody has. And Easy says, anyone know what ASAP Rocky is on trial for? I can't figure it out. It has something to do with a gun. I guess his friend said he shot him or he tried to shoot him. I don't know. No, TikTok is up and running again. Trump, they struck a deal and, you know, brought it back up and popping. So it's on. Facts I Feeling says, I don't care what anyone says about Tiffany Henry. I will give her a second chance. It's something about her. You see how her boyfriend got into fist fight for her. She got that magic grip on him. She got something.
No, her grip can't be that good because Fannie Willis, she's known as gorilla grip. So whatever. And her boyfriend, he can't fight. That dude could not fight. 50-something-year-old man in skinny jeans, dressing like a 16-year-old, and he got handled. He went immediately down, put his head down, and swinging like a girl. That dude can't fight. He's all hype. He got the look, though.
He's stupid. Brother Reggie, you gotta go. He says it's your birthday weekend. Happy birthday to you, young man.
Yes, and have a sake for Demetria and I, and yes, for Demetria's daughter. Stop by 7-Eleven and get what's some of the munchies you guys got over there?
Those little rice cake things or whatever it was. Yeah. But y'all do me a favor. Since it's our homie's birthday, could y'all, if y'all haven't already, go to his channel and subscribe. He's really trying to grow his channel. He is telling us about being black in Japan and just the Japan experience in general, right? Japan is lovely. I've gone there. Donovan, you know, grew up there, and we went recently, well, not too long ago, Tokyo, and it's amazing. So if y'all could please subscribe to his channel, love and appreciate you for that. We're about to get out of here, though. K-Mac, how you doing? Says Roland Martin need to focus on his Haitian people. It sounds like you get mad when people say that. I'm from here. Y'all better leave that man alone. Alonzo said ASAP Rocky used a fake gun to scare one of his crew. The guy said he was taking him to court. Yeah, so that's why I couldn't figure out, did he actually shoot him? Did he not shoot him? Because it sounds like the friend found some shell casings, or it's a lot, right? So originally, I guess he was supposed to they offered him a plea deal of 11 months. But if he's found guilty, he could do 24 years. So again, I don't know if anybody was ever shot or what, but it definitely looks like it's ASAP Rocky on the video. That I will say. All right, so we're about to get out of here, but yeah. He says, I'll have a rice ball and beer for everyone. Yes, y'all please go over there to his channel and show him some love. Great content. Maxima, how you doing? Says Japan, China, Korea has a lot of good snacks over there. You'll be surprised, man. But, they're not greedy like us over here. They eat a little bit, go on about their business. They do a lot of walking, and then they eat again. If I was over there now, I'd be like a toothpick. So maybe I need to go over there for about a year. Raven said, Demetri Donovan RK wants separate vaccinations for black and whites. You know what? I've seen that interaction. I guess one of the new senators, she's a sister. And she basically tried to take him to task when he was saying black people respond differently to vaccines. And she tried to make him out to be racist. And it's like, he's telling the truth. Now I get it.
It's true.
Yeah, there's some things that are a lot of things that are adverse medically to black people. But the other thing is, if you study and learn about RFK Jr., he was actually having conversation with the Nation of Islam. Like, yeah, these vaccines are causing, autism in black boys mostly. Be careful. This is dangerous, right? And so he's trying to be confirmed for, I guess, the head of the FDA. And that's the most important thing.
HHS, Health and Human Services.
Okay, Health and Human Services. Got you. Thank you. But that's what I like the most about the Trump administration. Not that I like the Trump administration, but that right there is what I like. I like Robert F. Kennedy Jr. because at the end of the day, he's trying to get all these chemicals and stuff out of the food. We're all going to be better off for it, regardless of who coming over here and who's not. Your food source is very important because it determines your time span. But of course, they tried to turn it into he was being racist and things like that. It's like his daddy died, in pursuit of, what they thought was civil rights for black people, was murdered. You know what I mean? But to say that it was racist when he said that, I just think but that's the Democrats. They're going to try to turn every moment into something.
Fear, mad, get upset, emotional, all this other stuff. It's again, it's a playbook that works. It works very, very well. But you would be, I would say, foolish to think that black anatomy and white anatomy are exactly the same. They are not. Why do you think we have darker skin? Why do you think that we are more susceptible to sickle cell anemia and the things of that nature, and then the other groups are not? There's all these things. This is why we built the pyramids. Why is it that black athletes are far superior than any other group? Why is our skin thinner? So yes, there is medical evidence and facts on these things that, yes, we're human beings and we're the same, but delineating from that, we live in different regions. There are more black people near the equator than there are white people. There are more white people in the snow in the cold regions than there are black people. So there's a reason for all that. So you can't tell me a one size vaccine fits all. It doesn't, because it affects the DNA differently.
Right. There was a comment. Nikki, I read your comment, says the Polish government ordered the military to pew migrants for trying to enter their country. Yeah, damn. You don't go over there. Maxwell says the KFC on every corner food cart, with no workers. Okay. DT says black folks are over the gaslighting. Yeah, and that's exactly what it is. Michelle says RK did a press conference years ago. The Muslim guy, white daughter and black woman, concerning autism in black boys. Yeah. So, but for her to try to say, oh, that's very dangerous. It's like, but yet Biden gave Fauci a whole pardon. Why? If he was not doing anything dangerous, why did he get a pardon? I don't know. I think we need to probably be thinking about that. And Love Rain Thunder, how you doing? I like that name too. You say, where'd your comment go? It says she has the same mind as I do about this. Okay. Yeah, guys, we're gonna get out of here. Mr. Chris, thank you so much. Oh, yes. He says, thanks for being a guest. I was on Mr. Chris's podcast. I have to get the information and post it.
Wait a minute. Hold up. I didn't get my compensation of my cut. I own all rights to Demetri K. So I need to be compensated. I need to know all that stuff because, like I said, it's just how it is. Until her contract is for sale. Anybody wants to buy her contract, I'm willing to go negotiate.
Well, then wait till I tell you that I'm going to be a guest at the Ohio Black Expo in May.
Really? So how much? Well, no, we'll talk about that.
I officially announce it once I get everything done, but I've been requested to go and speak.
Okay. Okay. Like I said, it's hard out here for a pimp, y'all. Times are tough.
So anyway, I'm going to get out here, but I got a short story to tell y'all before I go. So this is kind of where it continued to open up my eyes. So the other day, my daughter and I went to the gym. Okay, I'm back in the gym. At the gym and at Planet Fitness, that's where I'm at. They have the circuit thing, right? It's a 30-minute circuit. So you're on each a piece of equipment for like a minute or something like that, right? So when your minute is up, you got to get up. Okay. So this Hispanic chick, I don't know what she was. I think she might have been Mexican. She comes in there and she sits on one of these machines and she gets comfortable, put her stuff all up on there, and she's doing a set, and she does a few sets. Now, mind you, only supposed to do a minute. So when it comes time for me to have the machine, I said, okay, we're doing the circuit. It's my turn. Well, I'm not done. I said, well, the circuit says that you have a minute, and she had a couple of minutes. I said, so it's my turn to have the machine. Well, I'm not done. And I said, okay, then I'll go ask them to ask you to get up. Well, go ahead. And I work here too. So I walk up to the front and my daughter's in there. I walk up to the front and I tell, it was a brother. He's a manager. I told him the situation. I said, yeah, she says she works here and she ain't getting up. And I said, now this is my first time coming back to Planet Fitness. And I said, this is kind of what I really hate about it. I said, I like the room, but I don't like that. I don't like that people go and sit on the machine and there's all those machines are already on the floor. So it's not like that was the only machine. So he goes and, he says, so she's standing up at this point. Says, what's the problem? And do you know this heifer tried to lie and say, oh, I didn't do anything. Oh, I wasn't there that long. I was only there a minute. And so my daughter's like, that ain't true. Oh, no, they're just messing with me and this, that, and the other. I said, why are you lying? Now this is the kicker. There was another Hispanic lady that was across the way using the machine like she wasn't supposed to. Do you know she jumped in and said, oh, no, she wasn't. She's telling the truth. And my daughter said, oh, go look at the cameras. There's cameras. Go look and see. And then they shut up. And that other lady that was trying to co-sign, she got up. And so then the girl, she ends up getting her stuff. It's like, well, just forget it. I said, you are very ignorant. And I said, can you read? I said, because here on the wall, it says what you're supposed to do. And you work here. My daughter said, you mean to tell me you work here and you get a free membership, but we got to pay and you up in here acting crazy? She left. So I told my daughter, I said, the lesson is this. I said, you see, they didn't even know each other. I said, you see how they stuck together? That lady jumped in some mess she wasn't even in to lie for her homie that she don't know. Oh, no, she's telling the truth. Until we said, go look at them cameras, and she got her, I'm going to be nice. She got her wide and birdie self up, But I said, that's the lesson. I said, they going to stick together no matter what. And I said, but I don't want to leave my people out, because the manager that was black, he came, was like, nah, you got to get up. And there was a sister, she was like, cleaning off the equipment and stuff. And the chick tried to tell her, oh, they're messing with me. So my daughter told her the situation. And the sister said, oh, no, you got to get up. So we stuck together, but they stuck together. But I just wanted to tell y'all that story because they think it's thieves. And there's no matter if they right, they wrong, no matter what. So we got to learn how to be unified like that again. So anyway, you know what, DT? I will not. Just another woman, how you doing? Says they're not black leaders, black eaters. Oh, come on now. Mm-hmm. King Panamera, how you doing? MC Fact says Demetri Donovan said Biden made promises. What specific promises did Biden make to black people? What did I miss? He said, Black Americans, you stood by me, and I'm going to stand by you. And that was it. Right.
And I'm going to give you a few of them. Did we ever get the federal commission on policing in the United States? Didn't get it. Did we get a George Floyd bill? We got a bill that has no teeth. Did we get a Voting Rights Act under John Lewis? We didn't get that either. I mean, these are specific things that would have protected Black people, and he didn't follow through with that. Student loan debt forgiveness, that would have helped a lot of Black women, because you guys are the most enrolled in school and have all this debt. Didn't do that. And he didn't have to go to Congress to do it. He could have done it by executive pen, but he didn't do it. So there's a lot of things. Everything that Black people could have benefited from, we did not get. But yet Asians who don't have the population numbers that we have, they got a crime bill right off the rip. Dreamers got something, gays got something, everybody got something, but Black people didn't get anything specific. So if you're talking about something specific, I just named the George Floyd bill, the Federal Police Commission, and all that other stuff. We didn't get any of that.
Yeah. Hey, Sean, that's my cousin. That's my cousin, my first cousin. How you doing? And more threads is Ohio. They call it C-Bus. Columbus in May. So I'll give you guys all the details when I get all the information and stuff. But yeah, it's pretty exciting. I'm honored, actually. Like, you want to see me, little me? So anyway, I'll give y'all more details when the time is right. Kermit, how you doing? You have a great weekend as well. So we're gonna get out of here. Love and appreciate every last one of y'all. Y'all please have a great rest of your weekend, and I will see y'all on Sunday. Chantel, how you doing? And I think I got everybody. So anyway, see y'all later. Peace.